Hello, my name is Stephan Holstein. I am this German religion guy that you probably heard of. Subscribe to my channel to learn about spirituality and religion, and if you liked one of my videos, please click the thumbs up button. Topic now: does God exist, or is it, as Buddhism says it, that there are higher things but no God? Or are there higher things and is there God? And if God exists, is he personal or is he not like a person? Questions that arise in religion. And the answer to the question is actually fairly simple. The higher things are manifold. They are large, and there's very much different stuff among the higher things. And so the answer to the question if there are higher things at all is a clear yes. So who is an atheist or a person who thinks no, there's nothing, it's just a biological life and then we die and then there's nothing? I tell you, this is not true, and it's not the way for you, if you want to find the higher things, it's not the way to believe that they're not there. So let's say we already believe in, or if you don't, you should, but let's say for the people who believe that there are higher things and want to know exactly, is there a God? Is God personal? Is there no God? Are there just the higher things? So the answer to that is the higher things are different, are widespread, manifold. There's a lot of stuff making up the higher things. So they are beyond our understanding. We cannot understand them. That means that means you cannot describe how they are. They are. Let's start with the idea of if God is personal, to get a good grip on this. We are persons, and we think personal. We have wishes and things we want and things we like and things we don't like, and we say, I am myself, I decide this. So we are individual persons. So if you come to God, if you think about God, then this thing is higher than what we are, in exceeding, going over and above the things that we are. So you have to consider a thing that I would just loosely and for understanding things better call over personal. That's the way of just by constructing this word to understand that attributes that we have, like personal, must not match things, higher things. So just think about the word over personal. Does that mean it is personal and on the other side also not personal? Actually not. It means that it's something completely different. It might at some point use the traits and characteristics of personal behavior, and it might at other points use the characteristics of unpersonal behavior, and all over it might use characteristics that are clearly none of both traits, but are clearly above that. So with this construct of the mind, you can understand that you cannot ask the question if God is personal or unpersonal, because the things we understand, the things we touch, the things that we have as constructs that make up our world are in a way reality. That means they are also there in the higher parts of this world, because it's all one universe. We do not live in a universe and then there's the higher universe. It is all one. It's all one place, all one universe, where there are the higher things, and we do see only a part of those. But that means the things we see are true, or touching the truth, even though they are not. We do not see the complete thing. So, for example, understanding personality is good, but it's just a small part of the possibilities of let's say, personality. With this way of thinking, you can also have an answer to the question if there are higher things, or if there are higher things that include a God. Because you might want to say the higher things are sorted in one single point, and that could be God. You could say so, but if this single point reigns the other things, or let's say works together with the other things, you might say, okay, all the things cannot work in this central point, cannot work individually or have all the power it has. So if you understand it with the construct of that your constructs don't work on the higher things because they exceed what you understand, then you understand that even the definition, if there is God or just the higher things without a God, like Buddhism, many parts of Buddhism claim there's higher things, but there's no personal God. Christianity says there's a personal God, or Islam, or Judaistic religion. So in order to understand what is the truth about that, you have to see that neither of it is the truth, because you don't understand how it actually is, and also both is the truth, because you understand it partly. You could say, yeah, there is no God because it's just higher things. You could also say, yeah, there is a God, because it is both a wrong definition of things we do not only not understand, we also have no words to explain it, because we do not, because it exceeds our concepts. So that is pretty much the point to all these questions. If God is personal, if there's a God at all in the higher things, it does actually not much matter how you call it. What matters is that you understand that the higher things are good, and you want to enter them, and you want to achieve living together with them, and becoming more understanding of the higher world and the higher things. That this is generally the way that you want to go. That's what you have to understand, and that they are what you call good in the way of something that's good to do, it's the right thing to do, and something that is good for you to come to. So that's what you have to understand. You have to go towards the higher things, live for the higher things, do what you think the higher things want. And from there, it does not much matter if you call it God, or if you say, okay, it's a personal God, I can speak to it, because it actually matches characteristics that it has. And it also, you can say, no, there's no God, there's just the higher things, and I have to be myself. It depends a bit on what is the best way for you to go towards the higher things. Both is in a way true and in a way not true. It's just because it is incomprehensible. It cannot be understood or defined from our point of view. It works with the concepts we partly understand, and it works with concepts that we have never heard of, and it exceeds those concepts. As you have seen in the constructed word over personality, which is also not a word that holds any truth, because everything we construct in words does not match the things there are. So that's the answer to the question: who is right in this long question? If there's a God or if there's no God, if there's a God, if it's personal or unpersonal, if there are many gods, if none of these things is actually true, and all of these things are ways of images that help you to try to get closer to the higher things. But when you reach higher things by being good every day, as good as you can, you will reach points where you understand these things, really truly understand the things that are now not understandable for you. And then you will see how to define this really, but you will see that it's going to be definitions that are not describable with the words you usually use day by day. You will understand those things, like, oh, I know how it is, but you will not be able to describe it, because you will not be able to name it, because you don't have terms and words for those things. But you will come to understanding these things the more you practice in becoming perfect. For this topic in general, go to my channel, visit my channel, and please subscribe to my channel and watch these videos. That was that question. Thank you for watching, and have fun.